Okay, so we're here at WMD Studios with RemedySounds. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's all right, man.
It's been eventful and fun.
It's been a good evening so far.
Yes. Is it the evening?
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. 5, 6.
Where do the days go?
Is it dark outside, Joe?
Almost.
Yeah. It's evening.
That's crazy.
So tell us a bit about yourself, man. How did you get going? That kind of thing. Where did the name come from?
Yeah, where did the name come from? Good question. RemedySounds, I like. I was in the forces for a long time, and I left in like 2011, and I had loads of leave. So I thought I'm going to learn how to play the guitar, and then so I did. And I started learning songs and stuff, and I was putting it on YouTube. But I didn't. I tried to put, because my name's Josh Clark. I tried to put Josh Clark Music. They're like, oh, we don't have that. You know when it suggests another name for you?
Yeah.
So it was like, why don't you try RemedySounds? So I was like, okay. So and then I put these songs on YouTube, and I had like a really good YouTube channel which got accidentally deleted. So I had to start again.
Oh.
But that's where people were like, oh yeah, RemedySounds. So it kind of stuck with me. But it's been really useful to have an alias because I can pretty much, as RemedySounds, create this character which it's not as nerve-wracking for me to get on stage playing a character, and it's not as I mean, you can pretty much get away with saying a lot of stuff which you wouldn't normally say. It's just a facade. Not really, but usually I mean it.
Yeah. Excellent. So you've got an album out at the moment. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Incrediboy
is the culmination of my music career. It's all the songs that I've written since day one, and they're about me personally. You know, a lot of hard work went into the album. It was recorded in my bedroom. You know, like most things that happen like that. This amazing vibe I have with a guy called Stuart Manell, who's a great producer, and we worked on the album, and it did really, really well. I'm very proud of it. I've now, over the past 3 or 4 months, been in this like really weird kind of Netflix-orientated depression, trying to make this new, better album, or more honest album, and I think I put a tremendous amount of pressure on myself to make it better. And now I've just kind of got over that hump, and I'm like, right, I'm writing, and I've got like 7 songs down now, and I want to have 10. And it's just picking through the old songbooks and like coming up with new ideas and concepts, which I actually believe in, which is tough to do, because my life just isn't that interesting to write about so many different things. But I have a lot of opinions. Anyone that knows me, I do go on a lot about lots of different opinions. So I'm trying to actually channel that in the right directions, rather than boring people with my political views and causing shitstorms over ISIS. I'd rather just, you know, write about it and sing it in music, because people don't even know what they're listening to these days. They just take it in, and before you know it, they're activists because I've subliminally. That's pretty much what I'm going through at the moment with it. So yeah, Incrediboy, loved it. Great album, good fun album. This one's much more mature. It's very sinister. The concepts are really thought out, and hopefully the production on it will be a lot better than the one before. So,
brilliant. Any finished date on the horizon? Or?
I'm not going to rush it. I really don't care. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, we're going to get out for the summer, and like, because I'm going to revisiting a few festivals that I played before, and I really would like to have the album done by that point, so I could physically give it to people. Go, you know, this is it. But I'm not going to give something to someone that I think is shit, basically. I just really want it to be good. Am I allowed to be swearing, by the way?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, fucking swear what you want.
I'm not going to make something which I think is shit, basically. I want the songs to be good because I think that I'm good, and I don't want people to go, yeah, that's alright. Because I'm like, I'm not alright, I'm fucking class. I have no friends. I sit in all day and fucking do this all day. So I can't give someone a CD someone and they go, that's alright. I don't want it to be alright. I've sacrificed a lot for it. It's got to be fucking good.
Cool. So when it's done, it's done.
When it's done, it's done. Yeah. If you love it, it's done. If you don't love it, then I give up.
And how many more songs do you think you'll put on there? So you say you got about
10 tracks. I like 10-track albums because it tells a story. Like the story develops like that. I think you can have a little bit too much. A lot of people skip over tracks and stuff like that, and 10's enough to sort of drive along on a journey and not realise that you were listening to the same song you had when you started the journey, but it's not too long as if it's being dragged out. I think it's the perfect amount of tracks for an album, for me anyway. You know, in the time slot that I've got. I don't have massive funding and big labels paying me to write songs. I have to quickly.
So how does your songwriting process begin and finish? Is it just a bit of a random?
For it, mate. Fucking hell, it's gonna be right. I'd be like that, you know. But it just happens. Different things. Like someone will say something to me that will piss me off, or I'll get drunk, or someone around me will have like a really bad or a good experience, and I'll think that would be a really good song. Well, that's a great story. For me, songs are stories. You know, even in Incredible with the looping and trying to make it like, oh, check me out, look at all my fucking skills. Like the actual songs themselves had some really quite powerful meanings, and that's what it is for songwriting for me. It's effectively folk music. That's what it is. It's telling a story. It's and they develop and build, and there's changes in the story, and there's different opinions in the story from this one plot line, and that's what songwriting's about for me. It's about telling a story, and the music comes afterwards. You need to make sure you've got a solid story that people can relate to, and then once you have that in place, then it's about having fun with the music and making it fit in with what's going on around you at that specific time. So
the last song you played tonight, which was Hang Me. What's the story behind that then?
That came out. There's a song by Oscar Isaac, a very old folk song, and I just feel like there's so many good folk songs out there that we've when I sing a song or when I hear a song, I just like really feel it. Like just love folk songs that have got so much pain in them. Even like classic Irish ones like in the old triangle could go jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. That made me cry when I heard it. Not that bit, but there's a bit where it goes, as I lay there weeping from my girl's sound. And it just, because it's a story about this guy who's stuck in a prison and he's watching the boat go past through the canal. And I thought, what a shit place to be in prison, having all this stuff going on around you. And I can kind of relate to that, because obviously being in the forces, you know, whenever I was away on operations, it was like I was thinking about, oh, I wonder what Sam's doing, or I wonder what my mum's doing, or just like all the time. And what you really understand is that actually those people that you care and think about all the time have got their own lives going on, and they don't think about that. Of course they do once a day, or like flick through their head, think, oh, I wonder if Josh is okay, or whatever. But it's really shit to be on the other side of that wall behind prison bars. Two men look through bars. One sees the mud, one sees the stars. There you go.
Excellent. So tell us about the gigs then. Got gigs coming up, festival slots you mentioned before?
I'm really excited because I feel sort of guilty. I did so much, like 2013 I did like 300 shows or something like that, which was incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
And
it's almost one a day.
Yeah, it was. I did a school tour, so I was doing like 2 or 3 shows a day on this school tour at different schools. And then I went on to, and then on the weekends I was doing the festivals, and then I was doing my own showcases, and then I had the Incredible tour that started in 2014, and then it just really was spiralling in a really great place, and I got to play with people like Labyrinth, Chasing Status, you know, what my first songs that I released, they were like, I think the first EP I released went to number 9 on the iTunes chart, and I was like, shit, I can make money from this is fucking awesome. And like, everyone was like really buzzing about this RemedySounds thing, and it just went like this, whoa, and then it went, fuck off, Josh. That's what it did. And I was like, kind of just waiting there. I just basically just rode this wave right up to the top, and I was really, but I think it's because I'm so strict and on my own profession, like that, what I want to do. I don't, like, I had so many people like, X Factor wanted me to go straight to the live shows, and like they go, oh, X Forces, and my son's got a disability, so like, oh, disability and X Forces, and like we're gonna get straight to the live shows, and I just went, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what it's about, and everybody give a shit about it. Give me the money, but you know what I mean? Like, not that I incentivised by money, I'm clearly not, but you know, for me it was about the music and enjoying myself, and recently, towards the end of it, I was playing gigs and I just didn't want to fucking be there. I was like, this, you know, I don't want to, you know, people like, I did this party for someone, it was like a private party, and rich people always want to show off by hiring, you know, as the most famous person they could get hold of, which was at the time me. It's this interim musician that was kind of sat here, that could put on a bloody good show, which is what I was proud of that. But then I go there, and this guy's got £500 worth of cheeses, right? And I thought, do you know what? The message that I'm trying to send is that most of the problems in the world, doesn't matter what it is, it all starts from greed. And if I'm supporting these people, whether they're paying my bills or not is irrelevant. I've got my own motorhome now, I can fucking live in that for free, so they can fuck off with the cheeses. I don't give a shit about that stuff anymore. Like, I'm not incentivised by money, and why would I support someone who's clearly greedy and taking more than they need? I live my life as someone who only takes what they need, really. Very rarely will I indulge myself in something which I don't. Every single penny that I have goes into the bank and goes towards my music career, and never anything else. And that's what's important. And I think I lost sight of that somewhere along the way, but now I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm writing real music, honest music.
Yeah. And what festival slots have you got coming up then? You can say you're revisiting some old slots?
Revisiting some old festivals, yeah. I've got some really good ones. Hopefully I'll be back at Victorious this year. That was the real height of last year for me, because I've been banging on at Nick Courtney about playing Victorious all the time, and he's really good. Like, he does help me out a lot. And I started off, I played Victorious like 3 years in a row now. First time I was on the busking stage, so I literally was playing to people as they were coming. Well, actually, I was playing to people as they were coming in, and now there's a busking stage there. Anyway, the second one I played the acoustic stage when it was back at HMS Nelson or whatever it's called, or the historic dockyard. And that was a really good vibe, but it rained when I played. Everyone was like hidden under this canopy, like 100 metres away, so I was like, no. A few hardcore people, you know, people that are just like proper British and like a festival, they don't give a shit. They walk around smelling of damp all day. Like, they were there hardcore and they didn't care, and that was great. And then, so that kind of sucked that it rained, but then the year after I got offered one of the headline slots at Victorious, which is great because I've worked so hard. I've got a reasonably sized fan base. I mean, my fan base reaches about, on Facebook, reaches about 15,000 people per week. And I've worked really, really hard at that, and I've paid a lot of money towards going out, with the fuel up and down the country, housing myself, feeding myself, to build this fan base, to get this message out. And it was amazing to see at Victorious Festival in my hometown, thousands and thousands of people all singing songs off The Incredible, who'd fucked off whoever was on the main stage. I can't remember. Someone class though. It was someone like Scroobius Pip or something, who I love. And they fucked him off and then come to watch me and sing my songs, and I thought, yes, fuck you, Scroobius, but I love you. So it was really, really amazing. So hopefully I can get back on that again this year, and maybe have my new album ready to play to them. If not, I'll just place hopefully some of the songs off of it and some covers and have a good time, and that's what it's all about, festivals. As long as you're smashing it and having a great time, then fuck it, doesn't really matter.
You got anything else on your plate? So you do a radio show as well?
Yeah, I do the radio show. Unfortunately over Christmas we lost our sponsor for the radio show, so hopefully we'll find someone else and get that back on track. But that was mainly like a really important thing for me, was to try and you must hear it yourself when you go out, and especially Portsmouth, and you see these people like the Marley Blandfords, the Jerry Williams, like those kind of kids that are just like smashing it right now. Marley emailed me like 2 or 3 years ago, like, hey man, what loop pedal are you using? He was on BBC One the other day. Do you know what I mean? That kid is smashing it, and it's amazing to go out in Pompey and just see like these class acts, and they play for fuck all down the RMA tavern, and you still pay 165 quid to go and see One Direction. What the fuck is the point? So like, I'm absolutely amazed by these people, and so I wanted to create an opportunity where I could share with fans who had invested in me because of what I do, and go, guys, you're wasting your time with me, look at these guys, not wasting your time with me, but check these guys out, like, these are awesome. So bringing all these guys in onto the radio show and having them play their songs live every Thursday evening, and then just hearing all these people that love this genre of music to come in and comment, and then give them a chance to get some exposure, and I thought it was a really, really great thing, and hopefully it will continue. That's why I did it, and I thought it was really important. Really
fantastic.
Important.
So we've got a bit of time left. You want to tell us where we can find you on the internet and other various places?
Yeah, you can check me out on if you just type RemedySounds into Google. It started off as one word, and now people just do it as 2 words, because RemedySounds seems like it should be 2 words, but it's not. But so many people have written articles and done things with the spelling mistake of doing it 2 words that you can pretty much type either in now and you will find me. But yeah, I'm on the Facebook, Twitter, website, all that kind of stuff. So just type RemedySounds into Google. I don't want to bother explaining it all. People just, if you don't know what Google is by now, then you're fucking home. So anyway,
Cool. Do you want to leave us with a random fact?
Random fact, I'm going to go: moths cannot fly in earthquakes due to atmospheric pressure. Also, bees, right, can actually tell each other, like they communicate with one another, and they do something called the wobble dance, and it actually tells the other bees where the exact plant is that they got the nectar from, and literally up to 5 kilometres away. So they use navigational points on the landscape and explain that to the other bees when they get back.
Amazing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And all I hear in Poppy is Yerbush. It's all about the wobble dance, man.
I do. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Cheers, man.